Hey, happy Sunday to every one of you, wherever you're watching me from. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. It's me, your regular anchor, Idris Demudia, coming your way with the African Pesettes here every Sunday, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. I bring you this live stream on three platforms at the same time. We air on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at the same time. We do it concurrently. So just log on onto anyone and watch me. Please subscribe to our channel. So when you subscribe, you'll be the first to get the notification that I'm there giving you love all the way. So please subscribe to our channel, love it, share the broadcast. So today, we are going to take on UNICEF and the heroes doing their very best to keep children out of armed conflict in West and Central Africa. So let's keep telling our stories. Complete the story for me. Every Sunday, I tell you that. Keep telling your good stories. Nobody's going to celebrate you the way you do. So I bring good people here. I'm going to go on a quick break. So before I come back, I want you to share this program, love it, like it, tell others how good the program is, okay? So I'll be back shortly, I promise. I promise. So please quickly just put your hands on that button and share my program. Okay, okido. I will be there to watch you every Sunday, every Monday to Sunday. I'll keep forgetting. Every Monday to Sunday, please, same thing. My colleagues come on to give you the updates for the political news. So please, when you subscribe, these things will not be difficult. It pops up on your phone and you know they are there to give you the news. You want to be updated. This is your country, right? Okay, share the program. I'll be back.
Oh, I don't gawk yourself. Sell your vote, you don't sell your future, but sell your birthright. How much self divide them by 4 years? How much with that? No sell your vote, oh. No matter the thing them they tell you. No matter how the thing they do you. No matter how much money them they give you.
Thank you so much. Welcome back to the African show, African Pacesetters. Like our topic is the heroes trying to keep children out of armed conflict in West and Central Africa. UNICEF child protection specialists share their experiences on the ground. My source today is UNICEF. I'm an apropos, so I can get news everywhere. So UNICEF when they say UNICEF, it means the United Nations Children's Fund. UNICEF, United Nations Children Fund. So it really gives you a lot of joy when you can make a change for a child. Let me put in, when you can make a change for a child. I feel it's like a sacred task. Says Therese Mason. This is Therese. I feel it's like a sacred task. Therese Mason, UNICEF Child Protection Specialist in Niger. Therese is one of the UNICEF child protection experts in West and Central Africa, working on the front lines to monitor grave violations of child rights in armed conflict. Their work involves verifying reports of violations and seeking to support children trapped in conflict zones. Reporting these grave violations allows different countries to prevent these violations taking place against children, says Patrick Cosmith from the UNICEF Chad team. Frequently, we have to carry out verifications to see if the information we have received is true or false. This means we have to be on ground, but there are a lot of challenges. Each year, the special representative of the Secretary General for the Children and Armed Conflict presents a report on verified grave violations that are committed by parties to a conflict in a certain number of countries to the United Nations General Assembly. The reporting covers 6 grave violations: killing and maiming of children, recruitment and use of children by armed forces and armed groups, rape and other forms of sexual violence committed against children, attacks against schools or hospitals, abduction of children, and denial of humanitarian access. And denial of humanitarian access. So there's one thing I just want to point out here when I was just reading it. It said these violations allow different countries to prevent these reports allows different countries to prevent these violations taking place against children, says Patrice Cosme from the UNICEF Shada team. We have to carry out verifications to see if the information we have received is true or false. Thank you so much, UNICEF, for doing this, because somewhere like Africa, Nigeria, let me use Nigeria as a point of contact here. There's so many violations against children in West African and Northeast and West, Northeast. There are so many violations against children, especially this West and East. So many, uncountable. Children being recruited into the army for what? Children should be left to be children, not to be as soldiers, because they have to also go through life to know what life is. I just want to quickly play you a video before we keep talking. Today is just about UNICEF and what they do for us. Thank you for coming on the show. Let me play you this video that...
Et le plus souvent, nous devons procéder à des vérifications sur le terrain pour voir est-ce que les informations que nous avons reçues sont vraies ou fausses. Donc, ce qui nous amène à être sur le terrain, mais il y a beaucoup de défis. Rapporter sur ces graves violations nous permet maintenant aux différents pays de pouvoir prévenir ou bien pour que ces violations ne puissent pas continuer à être exercées sur les enfants.
It is not an easy task. It is very, very challenging, especially in the kind of environment that we work in. But as child protection activists, we always try to make sure that we don't give up. We try to do our best to be able to help this come out of it. It's a lot of challenges, but it's not easy, but we don't give up.
That is UNICEF specialists. They were just speaking on how you could see that guy was speaking French, but you could also see that they were just using the English to transcribe it. You could see the translation there, that it's not easy to carry out these tasks. They have to be on ground to do it. If you're claiming that something is going on, you really need to have the factual presentation. It's not just hearsay. So they really go on ground to do this. There's another video. It's just that one.
But parties to the conflict, it is part of our role to make sure that we tell them what is child rights and that a child is a child. Child should not be involved in war. It is adults that create war, not children. Children should be let to live as children.
Quand vous arrivez à l'issue de discussions avec des leaders de groupes armés qui acceptent de pouvoir prendre des engagements pour mettre fin aux violations, je pense que ça, c'est un pas en avant.
Parce qu'un groupe armé s'engage, ça prend du temps. Même pour qu'un gouvernement aussi fasse des changements au plan politique et autres, ça prend du temps. Mais c'est notre stratégie, c'est le plaidoyer, c'est l'appui technique, c'est l'accompagnement.
UNICEF specialist speaking. That was Therese Mason. And we also have Samuel Sese and Patrice Cosmot. They all came out now. You see them on that video speaking out that this is what they do. And there's translation there for you to also get what they're saying. I don't understand French, but I could read what they're saying, and I'll get one or two from there. So let's keep going. Each year, the special representative of the Secretary General for the children and armed conflict presents. This is one of these children. Each year, the special representative of the Secretary General for Children and Armed Conflict presents a report on verified grave violations that are committed by parties to a conflict in a certain number of countries to the United Nations General Assembly. The reporting covers 6 grave violations: killing and maiming of children, recruitment and use of children by armed forces and armed groups, rape and other forms of sexual violation committed against children, attacks against schools or hospitals, abduction of children, and denial of humanitarian access. It's always challenging working with armed groups, says UNICEF Child Protection Manager Samuel Sese, who is based in Maiduguri, Nigeria. It is part of our role to make sure that we tell them about child rights. A child is a child. A child should not be involved in war. Like he just said, you heard when he said it. This is Samuel. A child should not be involved in war. It is adults that create war, not children. Children should be left to live us as children. Unfortunately, some children are in areas where armed groups are in control, so they can be deprived of their rights. It's important to go to these regions, dialogue with armed groups, advocate for access for child rights to limit violations as much as possible, and ensure as many as possible can be supported. Through patience and bravery, advances have been made. Therese, formerly working in the Central Republic, African Republic, shares how she convinced armed groups to release a number of boys and girls from their group. We made a breakthrough, and these children have been able to enjoy their rights again through our support. They have really been moments that were quite tense, but you just need to believe that a change can happen. Those breakthroughs give hope to continue to work to reach every child in armed conflict. I am a parent also, so I know when children are living as children, says Samuel. So when I see a family that has lost a child for 5 years being united, you see the way they are crying, the way they have missed each other. It satisfies me a lot. This is to Breeze, just talking about the child abduction and all those violations against children. So we can see, let's just take Nigeria as is a case study. Take Boko Haram, the den of the lion, Boko Haram, which our leaders have used as a negative thing against us. They're using it to cash out on us. Boko Haram, the children that were abducted under this Boko Haram reign and regime, whatever they call them, the hate group, they are not living as children anymore. So let me show you one picture. You may not like it, but let me show you. This child you can see here is a girl, like, is an adolescent, a child, less than 20. So I think less than 15. This child is pregnant. If you look down below her breast, you see that her belly is protruding. This is a picture I could get from Google. Her belly is protruding, meaning she is pregnant. This child is pregnant against her will. She has been taken advantage of. This child must be under violation, must be under some kind of force against her will, against her volition. She's pregnant. So those are the kind of things that I am talking about. When children are in this kind of area, it's very, very difficult for UNICEF to go there. They also stated that when they want to release children, like they go into these very hard places, sometimes it's very difficult. It took time, it takes bravery, it takes effort, some kind of strength and all of that to be able to talk to these armed forces, armed groups, so that they can release children to be children again. Children are not adults. Why are they involving them in this kind of games? Why are they bringing them into danger? They are just denying them the existence, the reason for their existence. If a child is pregnant at 15, at 13, at 17, that child is no longer a child. That child is not left to experience youthful age, what a child should be experiencing. An adolescent, a teenager, what you should be doing, playing, doing your homework and all of that. But they've taken that childhood away from you and they put you inside this den. You have no say. You have no right to do anything. You do things against your own rights. So this is what UNICEF is fighting against. Like I'm using Nigeria as a case study. That child is pregnant. I don't know where that child, because the information about that child is not released, but you could see that that child is pregnant. And this is what they are against. That children should be left to be children. Children should not be taken away from what their existence means, why they are supposed to be in this world. So UNICEF is really doing a lot. And again, they are standing up for children when you talk about, because they are children's fund. So all these countries come together, and especially the G7s, they come together and they put money into that fund to make sure that the disadvantaged children get healthcare, get basic amenities. Like this one now, she's drinking water from, I think, from the well or from a borehole, I don't know. But for UNICEF, they'll make sure that this drinking water is clean, that this child do not, these people from this community do not drink water that they'll get cholera or some kind of typhoid fever from. You know, bad water brings illnesses to the body. So they make sure that they give these guys clean water in their community. These are what they do. They also go about, you know, to do immunization. So like when we talk about polio these days, is really, really on the low. Before polio was in the top 5 illnesses killing children, you know, the prevalent disease. But right now, it's, you know, they've been combating it. They've been doing a lot of things, from the World Health Organization, from the UNICEF fund, and all of that coming together to make sure that these disadvantaged countries and the children in the community do not go through all this. So they are really doing a lot for us, a lot. And so this is why I brought them today to also show to the world that these people are responsible from their agency. They are responsible for the to make sure that children are living the way they are supposed to live, even if it's not that high, even if it's not the 100%, but at least they are living above poverty. They are living as children, what is supposed to be, not children fighting war and carrying guns, not children being pregnant. You know, we still have them, because children that were abducted into 2015 or 2014, and all that time, they never brought them back. Some came back, some have ended up to be mothers, and the boys in there have ended up being a soldier in the Boko Haram camp, carrying guns. So these things really break my heart, breaks the heart of good people that have goodwill for children. Like, you know, so many of them have turned mothers against their will. They were adopted, taken away from their family, taken away from whatever they are used to, and now they started sleeping with them and taking advantage of these children. It really bothers the heart. It's very, very heart-wrenching. But UNICEF as an agency is really trying. United Nations are trying. World Health Organizations, they are trying. These are the agencies trying to make life a better place for the disadvantaged people. So this is why I brought them to your notice today. If you didn't know that these guys are responsible, so today you will know. So I am just sharing this good news with you. Like I always say, we need to share good news with our own. We need to share our own good news. And I want to say thanks to our people in this UNICEF agency. Thank you so much, because they share factual news. They don't just go around to give you hearsay. They talk about what is really on ground, what is tenable, what they have seen, what they have obtained with their eyes and ears and everything. Sometimes they've even put their life in danger just to make sure that the child that was abducted gets freedom. Yes, it has happened. They put their life on the line to make sure that some children that were taken away against their will come back to their communities. So Nigeria, we have displaced people in displaced IDP. For people that are displaced right now of their community. They drove them away from their community. The Boko Haram people drove them away, made them homeless and all of that. So these guys are really, really facing hardship right now. And I pray that they get the light of the day very soon. They are facing hardship. Good people that have goodwill are also visiting and doing stuff for them. But till now, the government has not been able to do anything. So our government have failed us. I always say that government have failed us. Where they do good, we will also say it. We are not just antagonistic, or we're not biased, but we say it the way it is. Government have failed us. In your own country, you are a refugee. That is the height of failure. That is the height of ineptitude. That is the height of cluelessness. In your own country, you become a refugee in your country. So these things are not right. Where a country is going right, where a country is doing something that people with a sane mind, you don't find this there. And even if it happens once in a while, when you see insecurity or insurgencies, they'll be able to curb it. But in Nigeria, the army generals are using these insecurities as a cash out. They are cashing out from it, and they don't care. As provided their family is not affected, so who cares? So these are our people, these are our children, these are our communities. It doesn't matter where they are in Africa, they are our own, they are part of us, they are us. So we need to also care for them. We need to be concerned about their welfare. So this is why I brought them to you today. Thank you so much, UNICEF. I'm going to quickly check my comments, and then we can go from here to our various assignments that we have before we came here. Thank you guys for leaving me comments. I have some here. Let me see. Who was first to come? Thank you. Oh, my Juliet. Ha. Good evening, Mama, and happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. I hope you enjoyed the program today. It's a very nice one. UNICEF, please, I want you also to read up on it. When I leave you with these stories, just go back and read. So, reading gives you knowledge. It makes you abreast of information. I want you to read on it. It's good. Thank you so much for coming. IA, greetings, area mama. Yes, that is me. Anytime, any day. That is my title. Thank you so much, IA. Alicia, happy Sunday, area mama. You're looking fab this Sunday. Hey, thank you. Just for you, eh? Thank you, Alicia. Thanks for coming by. Sonny Dami, parents, individuals, and government are obligated to help, support, and protect our children against any forms of violation of their own right. Exactly. Charity begins at home. But okay, I've taken Boko Haram as a case study. Even if charity begins at home, they were taken against their volition, their own self-will. They were just abducted, like, now by force, you go die today if you don't follow me. So they were taken away against their will. So in that circumstance, which is really, really, like it has become prevalent in Nigeria right now, every day insurgency. So in that circumstance, you find that you are helpless. Parents are crying to the government. The government are not, taking full responsibility of their own fault. If the country was, if the leaders were saying, I don't think this will be happening. I don't think this will be happening. But we are facing this problem right now. And in some African countries too, not just Nigeria alone. But I just zoned into just one case study, using Boko Haram as a case study, because they take you against your will and then they start violating your right. What nonsense. So yes, we are all responsible for this, but when they take you against your will, then this is what happens. A child gets pregnant at 13, 14, 15. A child that is supposed to be playing around outside and helping mommy in the kitchen or helping daddy on the farm is now pregnant. You see that? It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Thank you, Sonny, for leaving me a message. Thank you, Area Mama, for all this important information about the violations of children's rights and privileges. Kudos. Thank you. Thank you, Sonny. Kudos to UNICEF for what they are doing for all the children globally. Yes. Thank you, UNICEF. I just said that. Thanks to UNICEF. Oh, this is, yes. Because if they were not involved, Nigeria is ready. Nigerian government, you see all their spokesmen, somebody like Lai Mohammed. Hey, he will come and twist the whole thing for you. If you give me time today, me, I won't leave here. He will twist the whole news. Lai Mohammed will just lie from top to bottom. APC, top to bottom, scatter, top to bottom pieces. They will just twist the whole information and give you lies. If not for this World Health Organization, UNICEF, and all other goodwill agencies, Nigeria, they would have been lying and lying and lying on top of lies. And even when these people come out with the truth, Lai Mohammed and his cronies and his federal government will just start banning and doing all sorts of things to make sure that they gag them so that they don't talk anymore. But you know what? We will keep talking. Thanks to UNICEF for doing all this. Thanks to UNICEF. Thank you, my guys. We are almost to the end of the game right now. Thank you so much for coming and leaving me messages. Please, I want you to also share this program. Share this program, because it is it's good to share my program. It's good to also make others, learn about what you've just learned from UNICEF. If you didn't know that UNICEF does this, today is your day to know. So I want to quickly play you a video. That's the end of my comments. Let me quickly play you a video before we leave. Thank you so much for your patience. I know you're paying for data, especially those from Nigeria. Bear with me. Bear with my area mama. Okay, my dear, that was Rescue Me Now app, and I have brought it to your notice very, like a couple times, like many times. So it's like I said before, this app is good for emergencies. It's a backup for emergencies. Nigeria has no bounds, no cap on insecurity today. So if you live in Nigeria or you have families in Nigeria, please subscribe to this. It's 2K, like meat pie and soft drink money. Now you take subscribe to this just to this app. 2K to just register, 2K to renew your subscription every year. It's 2K a year. Okay, 2K a year. So subscribe to it. What does it do? Like the video just explained to you, is in total. You can put in 10 numbers, 5 from your family and friends, and 5 for the security agencies. Anytime, any day, any hour that you sense insecurity. Let's even say it's a false alarm. Something would have been there to help you. It's better to have false alarm than not to have any backup at all. Press it and it will go straight to the security agencies, and then your friends and family will be aware of your, updated of your own space, your security stuff, that you are in danger or you've received help. So please just subscribe, and subscribe for your family. Let them, also take part in this, because they live in Nigeria and there's so much evil going on in that zone. So please, if you haven't subscribed, I want you to do it. So we've come to the end of the show. I want to say thank you for coming on. Thank you so much. Next week, I will be here again to give you another beautiful news, another update for something else. Like every time we have something new, something beautiful, something bogus, something to just, feed on for the week. So I'll be here again on Sunday. And before we see again, please do good. Be good to yourself. Stay well. Stay healthy. Be good to yourself. We'll talk, okay, when I come back on Sunday. Bye-bye now. Thank you, everyone. Ciao, ciao, ciao. God bless you.